I've been hearing storms down by the shore. Pirates in the port of paradise. Hey, ruined mariners marinated, swinging one north with their heads and fingers sore. Viscera and gore in paradise. Pirates in the bay, taking what they may. Yarn and gold aboard, what decorates indoors. Taking home decor. Please not a word more. It's the Pirates of Paradise.
Welcome to the Pirates of Paradise first Christmas special.
Yeah, it's the annual one.
Just talk. No, not that. No, not at all. Not at all.
So I
Don't talk about. No.
I don't want to talk about this.
This is such a hard negation for the start of the
I don't
podcast.
give a shit at all.
I'm not going to talk about my ex. Shut the fuck up, John. Jesus
That's
Christ.
I'm not talking about my friends. I don't want to. I don't
Were you
care.
not listening to what I was saying?
No, you didn't say anything. That was an inside thought. That was an inside thought.
Let's talk about some of those homeless.
Oh, fuck the Christmas homeless.
Yeah.
You're not Santa. We know what's up.
Fucking. Anyways.
Have you guys given to any Salvation Army Bell people?
I've talked about this before, but I was talking to my brother today. We had coffee at Chronic. We were talking about how, like, music and a lot of different genres of music. I mean, the way we talk about music, the way music is very concrete. Like, we have genres and different terms. But, like, as far as genres go, they haven't really been around, like, the ones we listen to the most. Like, rap has only been around since the 70s. Like, it's not been around that long.
They're all post-recording.
Yeah. And all that music is so, like, concrete now. And I was thinking about, like, so much has evolved in such a short period of time. It kind of feels like there's some stagnation in regards to what kind of sounds you can make.
How does this relate to Christmas?
Kellen,
tell me about your favorite Christmas jingle. Tell me about how
Just hold on. No, Kellen. Well, I feel like we could dwell on music theory for 1 second. However,
Yeah. I've thought about talked about that a lot with some people. The element of performance is so much less relevant to what music is now.
I disagree. I think some of the best performance ever is now, like with Travis Scott's stage production.
But I think that's pretty distinct from the
like Pink Floyd
the
really
18th
started
century idea
stage
of musical
production. Pink
performance.
Floyd was like one of the first bands to have like live fucking
Alright, well,
sets and scenery.
Here's the
and
thing. Think about how many
complex
bands
fucking
there are
live
now.
shows.
Think about how many bands there are now on average, like, per area, as per back then. Like, probably a lot
fewer.
more.
No, probably fewer. I would
Fewer?
expect.
You think fewer?
Because before recording, right?
Right.
All music is performed. Performance is what music is. You can read it, but other than that, and now recording sort of crystallizes these forms of performance that often you can't really reach in a live setting.
But it's
Like,
so
very
much
traditional.
easier. It's so much easier
But it
now.
transforms what people relate to.
It's so much easier now to gain traction because of the internet.
and I think that live frequencies are frequently just worse performed. Like from a musical perspective, they're objectively worse renditions of the same songs without the
Absolutely, yeah.
Or
And
if you remove the energy.
Yeah, and I expect almost everyone, the way they consume music is not live.
Just the idea
Almost
of
no one goes
rappers
to
like
live shows, right?
well, no, not at all.
But I mean, it's a
You're-
very
you're-
small proportion of people who listen to music.
proportion?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's most of the revenue.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, for sure. The way that
That's
most
the
people-
only way that
the way
fucking
most
artists
people
make
relate
money
to
because
music.
streaming does not fucking.
Oh
cut
yeah,
it.
but the way that most people relate to music,
Yeah,
on an
for sure.
individual level, is through recordings.
Yeah, my uncle has a very strong opinion of like live music. He's like, why would you? I remember videos of the Beatles concerts, and you couldn't even hear the music over all the sounds of people screaming in the audience.
because
I was
they
like-
hadn't perfected it yet.
I was like, but
Yeah.
also like, yeah, sound technology not as good.
Yeah, but they just didn't know what
Sound
to do on
dampening
stage.
not as good. Yeah, that too.
And Brockhampton would be terrible if it was just like 8 guys on the stage just like doing the thing off the recording. That's not what you come to see. You come
No.
to see a whole
That's true.
yeah.
I mean, as far as that goes, if the mixing is good and you can actually perform your material live, then I think it's better. Because
Ed Sheeran does a lot of shit with that. Ed Sheeran has
I mean,
like a
Because you
bunch
can't
of.
do very much with this music.
No,
You're
Yeah.
dead.
I think that-
I would disagree. He like mixes live on stage. Like he
I
has
think-
like a little thing, and he'll like sample
Oh,
like
wow.
guitar,
I think
and then just mix it himself and like sing to that.
Reggie Watts.
Yeah, basically,
Reggie
he
Watts
appropriated Reggie Watts' comedy routine.
The music that
I love
sounds
that.
the best live is music that's either really extreme, like distinctly extreme, or
Mhm.
like not extreme at all, like folk. Like just folk
Yeah,
music. Sounds
because it's
so
simple to
good.
replicate.
It's simple to do.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah,
like, if
yeah,
you sing
yeah.
well, it sounds the same.
Any sound
That's much
effects on
closer to
that?
the original.
Or just like
Right.
trying to produce the acoustics of like a folk venue.
Yeah, and then take extreme metal, like grindcore or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. Like bands that play shit that's extremely complex
Mhm.
and a lot more
Can I ash
difficult.
this in the bowl? Okay.
But they're good enough to do it. And because of how it sounds, like the loudness, the volume, and especially harsh vocals, like harsh
Mhm.
vocals are techniques. So if you do it, it's going to sound the same. And it translates really well live,
Yeah.
even though it's completely different.
Well, I mean, if you think about like all Western music before the phonograph record basically is either like the equivalent of highly produced music, which is
Right.
like orchestral chamber music, and folk
Mhm.
music. And,
Yeah.
and really, I mean, in my
Okay.
opinion, rap is in many ways a folk music performance.
Yeah, it's black folk.
I would totally agree with that. Oh man, we could tie that back
Well,
into
is
the
that
dynamics of folk.
rap or is that like is that
No,
that,
I mean also in terms of lyrical
I was
content.
gonna say like
Mm-mm.
yeah.
It's-
cows
Oh.
don't even smoke crack. What's
Well,
wrong
that's
with
what I meant. Related to what Patrick said about the lyrical aspect.
Oh,
That's what
would
I
you say?
said.
Would you say that like soul is more folk or like
No.
rap?
definitely rap, yeah.
Well, yeah, because I guess they do have like
Soul is a highly
Right.
performance oriented
Yeah, that's true.
venue
That's
for
true.
sure. And I mean, like conscious rap is basically the same thing
Yeah, that's true.
as like 1960s political folk music.
I was reading this book about music recording
Uh-huh.
and like the evolution of music recording. And I don't remember a shit ton of it because it was a while ago, but I still have the book and I have a fine from the library and I do need to finish it. But the music industry in India for like until like the 80s, they didn't have recording and then they got cassettes.
Yeah.
And it was fucked because for like 100 years, all their music that was recorded was just popular music. Not 100 years, not fucking 100, it's like 50 years or whatever. But and it was the same shit, like the same exact shit. Different people did it, but it was the same thing. And that's like if popular artists just did covers of old songs. And
That-
And they do.
That's
And
what
they
they do.
sample them. They
they
sample
do.
them because
Yeah,
they can't come up with anything
exactly.
better than 1950s
Well,
real fucking
But
struggle.
can you imagine that? And that's the only recorded music
burning it?
that's
Fucking
distributed
damn it, you won't.
for like 50 years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And fucking indie's wild now. Like the music coming out of there is fucking wild.
Yeah, they're straight savages.
That's
They're-
actually
They're indigenous.
That's probably-
people.
that's probably-
They're dirty. They're gross. I agree with you on that.
And
point.
it's like the
How does
same.
that relate?
The same with
Oh, I was
other,
just-
Asian countries, is like the Philippines.
Oh, that's true. The Philippines.
Quar is trying to get a word in here, guys.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I was doing research for a speech I'm writing for a class about podcasts, but essentially about how the ability to download and play back audio files of a large size on portable devices has fundamentally changed the way people spend their time. In that, my research specifically relates to how radio shows aren't like a thing anymore, and how podcasting inhabits like a new niche in like the human entertainment time. But I think definitely it's also had a lot of effects on the production of music, in that like the means are democratized.
Yeah, for sure. That like the idea of
The
like,
distribution.
the
extent, yeah.
YouTube, the YouTube
Of,
artists
like,
getting
of musical ideas.
like YouTube artists becoming like touring musicians overnight. That's fucking wild. But like also like, at least in the original days, I don't think that shit can happen anymore. I think it's adjusted. And then you also see some top down like algorithmic control and shit. Like the promotion of like Vivo channels and shit, or like
Yeah, it's really it's
like certified artists.
it's the depreciation of the value of labor by increasing the size of the labor market.
Yeah, but for sure, what you're like talking about with revolutionizing technology, it's part of an industrial revolution, because like an industrial revolution is like
in terms of labor market accessibility.
in like a new energy a new energy source, and then a new communication tool. So you have like printing press, steam, like electricity, steam, coal, all that fun stuff.
I mean, in a certain sense, SoundCloud rappers and like people who release EPs on their own, like self-published EPs on Spotify.
It's
That's the
fundamentally
gig economy of
changed.
music.
No, it's
the gig economy of
It's
music,
fundamentally changed the nature of albums because they aren't seeing like full record releases anymore. I mean, they are, but like the production of most albums has shifted from like a 14 to 15 track like hour and a half long movie soundtrack to like, oh no, what you got to do is stay popping. If you're gonna release an album, drop 2 EPs.
A study I saw recently how even hooks of songs have changed because if you don't get people in the first like 5 seconds,
bro, the way they do that on radio, I mean,
like the radio
is still used a lot, but it's like there's an algorithm to it.
Oh yeah, radio's not dead yet because it has better coverage and public coverage too.
Yeah.
It's like 6 seconds to make the listener want to hear.
Yeah.
Which is wild. I don't know if I could do that. Like,
draw someone's attention in that
simple as fuck,
Yeah.
I guess.
But a lot of that shit, like even you're right that radio is still around, and I think you're also right that it's declining. But
You said that.
a lot of the streaming services are like completely like the idea that you can have like a Pandora or a Spotify in your car while you're driving even supplants like, because I don't know how many people listen to radio at home like past the 1950s, but like
My parents do, but like talk radio.
yeah.
Oh yeah, like shows.
Car radio is big, and if
Yeah.
you can take over the car radio demographic, I think you were talking about this, Quar, right? Like the idea that Elon Musk only wants self-driving cars because he's put iPads as the consoles in his cars, and he wants to like avoid the lawsuits. From
He wants to cover his
It shows the power of the car. It shows the power of the car in the economic structure of the United States because everyone commutes in a car.
Yeah,
and that's like an hour of listening time right there. You can buy.
Oh, exactly. If you can somehow squeeze money out of car time, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Even if what you're listening, like very few people, I think, choose complete silence over.
Well, it's worse for driving.
Yeah,
it makes you distracts you more.
Yeah, over even like. You don't even have to be good. You just have to have a captive audience and like market control. So like if you're one of the 6 radio stations out in like Nebraska, in the middle of the fucking mountains,
The three clear channels. Because it's like Sinclair Media. Like it's like 2 companies that control the whole market.
Yeah. Like that's also why
like
even network news is on the decline.
The local news is all owned by one company.
Yeah. I know the whole local news thing. I remember that story, but like not independent journalists necessarily, but like independent journalists as well have really replaced and like you see certain like digital contributors being like brought on to Fox or MSNBC, like even like the Ben Shapiro types.
The big
although I think he started in radio.
Media companies are like basically for other smaller think tank oriented news sites. But like they have to gain like any market, they have to like cater to these digital
the numbers, these digital influences to get like any ratings at all.
Well, even like you have 538.
Yeah, I know 538.
You know who owns 538?
Who owns it?
Well, it's owned by ABC, and ABC is owned by Disney.
Oh shit!
Nate Silver is owned by Disney.
Oh, have you guys seen the new Star Wars?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have not.
I've only seen the shitty fight scenes.
Oh yeah.
I don't care about it.
Have you seen? Okay, it's dog shit in my opinion. Actually, we can break it down. Yeah, I watched it on my laptop. But
some cardboard.
Do you mind to break
Pirates?
So
the breakdown.
I've heard that it's good if you're like just seeing it for Star Wars.
Oh, J.J. Abrams wrote the first one, I think,
and this one, but he didn't write the middle one.
He didn't write the middle one or direct the middle one.
The guy who directed and wrote the middle one co-wrote this one with him.
Yeah. But J.J. Abrams like, fuck you. I was trying to make a cohesive story. Now I got to do damage control on your dog shit movie. Why was he out of the project?
I don't know.
I'm not
I
sure.
want to say it was because his kid like killed herself or something.
Oh,
but that could have been a
rumor.
No, the dude from Batman. But I thought it might be the same one.
I don't know.
Christopher Nolan? No, not him. The director of those.
The director of Batman?
Yeah, who's the director of Batman?
Oh,
yeah, Christopher.
Are we talking about the Ben Affleck Batman or the
Ben Affleck?
That's not Christopher Nolan.
No.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I spaced out for 1 second. How did we get to Batman?
Of the old Batman.
Who directed the
directed
most
the
recent
new ones.
Batman? Quar.
Christopher
Oh,
Nolan.
No. He directed.
No, I think it was Zack Schneider, right?
Zack
Yeah,
Snyder. That's
right,
it.
right.
Yeah, his daughter.
Because he's the dude with the contested, like, the controversy over the Justice League cut.
Yeah, some shit.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
the Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I feel like now, especially with Star movies, but with a lot of movies that are like fucking like remakes and reboots,
Yeah.
it's all about set pieces.
Oh yeah, a lot of nice
Film.
set pieces in that movie.
You mean like vibes?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, like the
shit
Death
that
Star
happens.
that was crashed into.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Like CGI, like extreme use of CGI to make shit like that.
How much of that is related to toy sales?
To what?
I think
Oh,
it's a lot.
100% of it's toy sale. Every single time I saw a character in that movie, I'm like, oh, they have this robot on the plane, like this new droid, because
Oh,
Oh,
they
the
wanna
cute
sell
one that actually
toys.
talks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they want to sell toys.
Yeah, because they're like, ooh, every time
and then they
there's a
also
new
let's
Robin,
talk
they make
about
$1
This
billion.
has been the whole game since 1977,
Okay,
guys.
so like they want to access the Chinese market, and to do that, like Disney and all these other fucking studios
Oh, the new Mulan?
try real hard not to put any black people in them, because Chinese people not a fan, or at least like the Chinese censors. They're
Do
like,
not like
no,
black people.
So like the Stormtrooper,
I'm really sorry, Quari. You're never gonna be Batman.
yeah.
Oh, no, at least not on
It
screen.
just has to not be owned by Disney.
Oh,
But,
no, exactly.
But the Stormtrooper, right? Like I don't remember if you like Finn and Rose. They
yes.
axed out that romance because like they're like, oh no, black dude and like a
No, that
like
was
an
never gonna be a
Asian
romance.
woman,
Like the,
an Asian woman. No, but then they brought in a black woman.
yeah.
And they're like, no, they're of their own kind. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You can tell this is China now. He's
Oh, right.
he's covering his bases.
Yeah.
Strictly interracial romance.
We just want to take this opportunity to say she's not looking poo.
Wait, can you imagine being a superhero and it's just here's the black man?
No,
Like,
but like, oh, and they hyped up the Nazi stuff so much in this movie. Like,
Oh,
the
for sure,
Stormtroopers
yeah.
are Nazis. The
Oh,
Stormtroopers
right.
are Nazis.
The Stormtroopers are Nazis.
They're kicking down
That's
doors
always
in a rain.
Okay,
Yeah,
they are.
for sure. They're kicking down doors in a rainy German village. This is Kristallnacht.
think about
Do you
black man
think that
or Batman.
this
Batman
is
doesn't have. Oh shit! You're talking about something. My bad.
Oh no, I was just gonna say this isn't exactly on topic, but do you guys think the Nazi trope is sort of played out? Like I understand, like fascism
really well
is.
for authoritarianism. They nailed it. They nailed the imagery. They nailed the Rileys.
I don't think it's played out. Like the other. I think the one thing it might be a little played out with like when if it's like completely detached from any like Holocaust bits. But I don't think the Holocaust bit is anywhere near.
What's
played
the
out.
alternative for like authoritarian states?
Oh, actually, no.
Is it like no? I was just gonna say it's like Mad Max style like Thunderdome mobs.
Oh yeah, like
Not-
like an
I don't think
entirely
that works.
anarchistic system.
lib rights, the lib
Yeah,
rights.
like anarcho-capitalist people,
And,
like,
and also
they're,
like the Stalin bit. If you like make Stalin the bad guy, your movie's gonna be just like anti-woke, and it's just gonna look cringe in the end.
yeah.
Like the whole bit's gonna be like, oh, they were too liberal.
If anybody ever talks about Pol Pot, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
But I did
I-
watch like 12 hours worth of video content
about
about Star Wars lore and Pol Pot. No, but Star Wars lore, and I was like, oh Jesus, I'm gonna have to take this entire fan base to the killing fields. I will.
it's pretty cringe.
It was.
Oh,
I was
but
like, oh, now I know about every rebellion and the 6 best ways to commit autoerotic asphyxiation just from watching 16 hours of content. I love it. I've painted Gundams now.
There's so much fucking lore for Star Wars.
All the novels, yeah.
But
Is it Legends?
Expanded universe.
Is it
Yeah,
Legends? Or is it original universe canon? But like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's
the
one of the
thing I
reasons I
started
kind of
with
don't
was,
care about.
the biggest spoiler: Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter.
Sort of, right?
Yeah,
definitely for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
They tell you like
Wow.
15 times in the movie, and they're really just trying to wrap it up. They're like, okay,
Oh yeah, they were just like so
Leia, let's finally
that's-
put Carrie Fisher to rest.
that's like the main
That's
bit
like-
in
the
in the
CGI
new
is so
movie.
bad in that scene.
It's not that bad.
if we use her anymore.
It's the uncanny
Oh
valley.
no, it's
like,
I didn't
it's
deal
the
with
same
It's
CGI for
fine.
the first couple movies.
Yeah, it's
They use the
reason-
same shots.
yeah.
The reason I kind of stopped caring about Star Wars entirely is just because, I think it's related to like canon being confusing. You know what I mean? Like they're just trying to like relate things to other things, like make more of the same so there's more related content total. And I understand like being a fan of a franchise, but making lore for the sake of lore is kind of exhausting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, another thing about the new Star Wars movie is that like the CGI being used is so fucking like it's actually revolutionary. Like, I mean, even the prequels,
they use patented Chinese face tracking technology.
No Uyghurs making it.
Every single one of them.
When the prequels came out, those were the first films.
Strong with the Jewish caricatures throughout the whole new trilogy. I love them.
But they didn't even have what's his name, the
Greedo.
the
No.
Jew, yeah.
No, not Greedo.
No, Greedo, yeah.
No, Greedo was the original trilogy.
That's what I'm
Watto.
Oh wait, do you mean like Zabalba? Remember in the prequels, is that the dude who owned
the flying Jew?
Watto who Anakin.
Yeah.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, goy. And then he there was also some weird
people do bits about that, like they're not Jews, they're Armenians.
Yeah. They tried to shoehorn in Anakin's old crashed land speeder.
Oh,
the land speeder. Our C-3PO was like, I built that. I'm like, shut the fuck up. No, you didn't. This is definitely planet, I think.
You know,
no, that's pod racing.
Fun fact: C-3PO is actually entirely real in the prequels, and they just edited out the guy piloting him. It was like he's
entirely real.
They built him.
Oh, that's so epic.
It's fucking great. But even those movies, they had CGI. That was the first times in films where they had entire scenes, like entire set pieces, just CGI.
This is one thing you're sure right there. It was a big one.
Oh man,
as you were.
Yeah. So the main feature in the new review is there's this planet that apparently all the fucking Sith live on, which to me felt kind of
No. That is canon because there was an original world where like all the people were like
300 years prior.
No, there was like a Dark Jedi world, right? And the first banished Dark Jedi, I think, maybe the second like generation of Dark Jedi were banished to the Sith homeworld. The Sith was like a race that they enslaved, but they were strong in the dark side, like Yoda's species is strong in the light side.
Oh, it's literally a race thing.
It's literally a race. Like, you know, like Darth Maul?
Yeah.
Like, they all look like that.
Basically. Oh, yeah, those people.
Species
also. So, they basically, like, the Dark Jedi were, like, their lords and masters, and they also fucked them. So, like, that's why all the Sith are weird in the face. Like, they're very rarely humanoid.
In the face?
Yeah, it's because he was apprenticed. He was from Naboo.
Oh, he's just like a white guy.
He was not. Okay. Oh, he's actually not even really a Sith. He's
he's like Darth Vader also.
Yeah, he's undetectable with the Force. Like, people can't detect him like when he's nearby.
Okay.
So he's like more in the line of like the Gray Jedi. He's like outside the Force.
Okay.
And he
also he's alive apparently.
Yeah. Oh, he's basically Darth Sidious, and they basically describe Darth Sidious as not any incarnation of.
It straight up was Darth Sidious.
Yeah, he was, but like
basically it is.
They're saying yes, but they're basically just like it's just a cloning facility where
they cloned Darth Sidious and didn't even fix his fucking hands.
Because all they need is because the spirits already exist, right? The Jedi just don't come back through clones.
Oh, okay.
They just allow
the universe to take its will. Darth Sidious a clone, and they didn't make him hot.
But like Darth Sidious is literally just all the incarnations of the the Sith that have existed throughout history.
Oh, that's so crazy.
And so their spirits like stored in the
he's the Avatar
in the Force. Yeah, and then they
exactly. Bravo, the spirit of light allows some without that
don't have souls. They take the body.
Yeah.
What's his Avatar state?
Looks like Darth Sidious hanging from a pole.
Yeah,
like not even kidding.
Okay, it's basically he's basically turned into a Dalek. From Doctor Who.
They
have like the original Emperor.
That whole
Dalek Emperor who was just like merged with machine, blind and gross.
Oh shit!
Not Thanos, it's something like that.
Yeah,
some cringe ass name. But that's what I thought is that the whole movie is basically like a long episode of Doctor Who that they've put a little bit too much dosh into. Yeah, I thought for a second it was gonna make the like TARDIS like.
Dude, are you dead ass?
Oh yeah, it like almost sounded like that.
Shit with so apparently like John Williams kind of killed it because Rey's theme is like the same as Palpatine's.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Rey's theme was
No,
the Force
no.
theme.
No, Rey's theme. That's not Rey's theme.
It's not?
No.
Oh, but that was like what they played over
in-
her. It's the Force theme.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah, but they have like a different theme for her,
Oh,
and
okay.
it like has the same.
Oh, is it like a different key of the same rhythm?
Yeah, there's like they basically it's a progression of this. It's a similar progression with like all the same notes.
Oh, nice.
And so like this dude back in 2017 made like a comprehensive. It might have been the same guy who made the Jar Jar Binks video, but he's like Rey's Palpatine's granddaughter in like 2017.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, this is a conspiracy theory. Like he has the like how it's made rhythm to how he speaks. And,
The wah 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 wah.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, like number 10, Burger King foot lettuce.
Step one.
That's
Step
so, the
one.
more I think about that is that's
Yeah.
such an awkward vibe for a Star Wars movie is to be like Doctor Who. But
Yeah.
there's some scenes in the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope, that are like that.
There were also
and
just
it's
like
I think
20
that's like the main problem in both of the newer trilogies is that the original trilogies were just straight up World War II movies.
and they're also
Like shot for shot World
and
War
also
II movies.
Japanese.
Yeah, they're just
Similar
Godzilla
movies.
plus World
Yeah.
War II.
Yeah.
And the new ones are like Doctor Who with a little bit World War II added in, and that's a bad play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went over
Like,
there.
I wish
We
that-
fought those fish eating plane
I really
crash.
don't think they were back. Like, I don't think they
brought back their culture, the women, the food.
Oh, wait, say that again, John?
We're just making fun of like
We went over there. We fought those plane crashing, fish eating sons of bitches. We fought them on the head of the
and now we
highway
buy their
home.
And all these pills.
We go over there. We do business deals. They all, you know what? They all bow to me.
We shoot him first if he tries to shoot
Warriors.
us. If a green man ever tries to. Anyway,
Bro, do you guys like Bruce Lee?
a lot.
I don't
Very
I don't
good.
think anything about him yet.
Bro, Bruce Lee movies are so fucking corny.
Oh,
It kind of
they actually
reminds me
really
of Star Wars dialogue.
Wait, like which? Do you have a specific example in mind? Because I guess I know they're all very dark and very violent, and I know that like Big Boss, for example, is super violent toward the end.
There are like
But-
there are two or three that like have Dragon Warfare. I think it might be Enter the Dragon where he goes to a competition. He goes to a martial arts competition at this.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
No, it's this island. It's a private island, and they have like
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
the
like
Little
Saint
Saint-
Connor or something.
yeah,
It's called Little Saint James.
and that the way that's filmed is like corny as fuck, but it's a Bruce Lee movie and it works well.
Bruce Lee only goes to the island because they think he's a young Filipino.
The thing about the dubs in that movie and the dubs in like Jackie Chan movies is later when they did the dubs, it's literally them
They're dubbing
speaking
over
it. They're
themselves,
dubbing
yeah.
themselves, and that's what makes
how
it so
Italian
good.
movies work.
Yeah.
Why do you think
Yeah.
Pacquiao is so fucking wealthy?
Because he dubs over himself?
No.
Because he's got a vagina?
TRT for life. For sure.
Oh.
I figured it was a ladyboy comment, but he's already a boy.
No, billionaires just thought he was like a young, supple virgin to sacrifice. And so they brought him there. And he's like, I'm 35. And they're like, oh, bet. Don't tell anybody about this.
Oh, hold on. About Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee fought. He fought real fights to record the dubbing for the scene.
That's aggressive.
It's good.
Anyway, John, continue what you were saying.
I was saying nothing. That's all good.
Jackie
sorry,
Chan
sorry,
movies are
sorry.
also good as fuck. And
Jackie Chan.
Jackie
Dude,
Chan
we're
movies.
talking about Mulan? Dude, I
Ja-
love Mulan.
No, dude, Jackie Chan movies are even more corny than that. But
You're talking about Rush Hour?
literally,
Not Rush Hour.
literally, it's just about how much
Yeah,
crazy
Rush
shit
Hour.
they can.
Oh yeah, like First Strike. Actually,
Yeah, Rush Hour
because
2 is fuck.
Yeah, Rush Hour.
Jackie Chan's fighting style is so fantastic in that he I think it's in Jackie Chan First Strike or something. He uses a ladder as a weapon so effectively and so elegantly.
You mean he
And he
climbs
does
it so
all
he
of
can
that
actually
stuff.
fight his opponent at eye level?
He's not short. Is he like 5'10"?
Who's that? Who's
I
that,
think he's. I was gonna say, I think he's
Yao
normal height.
Who's that guy? Buster Keaton, like that really old.
Oh, yeah,
actor?
yeah, yeah.
He Jackie Chan takes a lot of influence from him, like in terms of he manipulates his environment. Like during the fights and
Relation he
shit.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely. I think.
Be in Woody Allen movies.
Okay, Fight Club. Jackie Brown versus Jackie Chan. Who wins?
Jackie Brown.
I haven't seen Jackie Brown.
Oh, Jackie Brown. Yeah.
Actually, let me think.
think
I would say Jackie Chan. If they're in a place that has objects, Jackie Chan.
If they're in a place that has objects, specifically handbags, like if they're on the New York streets, there's just a bunch of people slinging them on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
But what if Jackie Chan finds like a paper towel and then he'll do some slapstick violence?
She's a flight attendant.
Oh, okay.
I've never finished Jackie Brown.
You haven't finished Jackie Brown? Oh,
Because
she's a flight attendant who runs drugs for
My dad likes it.
Samuel L. Jackson's character.
Nobody's finished that movie.
My dad has. My dad really likes that movie.
Bro.
I've also
When he says he's seen Jackie Brown, it means that he has started Jackie Brown, and then he's ended Jackie Brown years after he forgot the first half.
Oh, is it like
I
that?
watched-
violent?
No,
I did not watch it all in one sitting.
Boring.
It's a little bit like Reservoir Dogs. Like Reservoir Dogs is a shit movie. Not a shit movie, but like
Yeah, it's not great.
since it was like Tarantino's first movie and like also an independent film, kind of.
I mean, it
thought
made
Jackie
sense
Brown was
with
his movie.
budget, but
No,
the way
it's
that
not.
film plays is
Reservoir
literally
Dogs
just like recorded.
Like it's basically like 2010 YouTube director reel shit,
Yeah.
except
So not.
yeah.
I mean, because they had a low budget,
Wouldn't
which
you like that?
it was a smart way to do it. They filmed it all in one location, most of it in one location. But because of that, it feels like a recorded play. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets. I
It's
don't
like
know.
Seinfeld.
Also, Tarantino movies are basically all the same. Not all the
Yeah,
same, but
yeah,
like,
yeah,
there's
for
a couple. There's like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Like Kill Bill, not
Once
not
Upon a
Kill
Time in
Bill.
Hollywood was a hollow film. I thought
That I don't know.
it was pretty. It was
Wait,
like-
say that one more time, Patrick.
Patrick
I said Once Upon a
Hollow.
Time. It's hollow. It's not.
Kill Bill
really much-
or
No. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I actually really like Once Upon a Time.
I quite liked it as well.
I just
How
thought
long?
that-
How long is
that-
that?
The thing
I
about
mean,
Once Upon
you
a
have to
Time
kind of know
Hollywood-
like backstory because it's different directorially from his other movies.
Actually, Patrick, hold on. Lay out your opinion. I'll just Google it.
Like, okay, so basically, like every other movie that he makes is out of sequence. I think
Yeah,
this
no,
is his first movie that's start to finish like a linear progression.
Yeah,
Um.
Leonardo DiCaprio did a great job with it.
Oh, and also
Oh, yeah.
he responds to
The fucking feet.
The
All right,
feet, for sure.
That definitely
The-
harmed my like enjoyment of the movie.
Oh, not
I'm gonna
at
be
all, not
honest.
at all.
I don't really give a fuck about that. Honestly.
Yeah, you don't even fuck about Margot Robbie, like an actually good actress. Her whole thing just being like, take a look at these, Quentin.
Well, I mean, it was
I
like
feel
a,
like Quentin Tarantino just gotten enough like he's so well known and like so critically acclaimed that he could, if he wanted to, get a bunch of producers to give him like $15 million to pay to see Margot Robbie's feet.
Probably. But here's my thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is Quentin Tarantino telling a story that primary goal is to communicate how he tells other stories, I suppose.
Yeah,
Like there's gratuitous
much
violence, modified
Yeah,
history.
there's not much of a plot. It's a lot of violence.
Okay, well,
The-
not
the-
a lot
the
of violence.
message-
Very minimal violence.
Yeah, I thought the violence was
There's no
very
violence, but
like.
the violence was a lot.
No,
For
but
me,
like,
I
like
it's
to
but
watch
it's so
that movie.
concentrated.
here's this whole thing, right? Where like, while filming the movie, it's a little bit of hypebeast shit that he did for it. He's like, none of my actors are allowed to have cell phones on set. If they do, I'm sending them home, and they can't film the movie. I'll cut them. And he's
Thanks, Dad.
And like the whole like smoking cigarettes in the movie was supposed to be the same thing. Like people basically react way stronger than they would otherwise because they can rather than like they actually care. And so he's like it might be a little bit of a weak analogy, but like he's comparing like cigarettes and like cell phones to like giving you the same like synaptic buzz or whatever. But like then
I
he
don't
like,
think
ties
that's very
that into, like, he's like what? Well, yeah. If you follow this
the
stuff
message,
around
the message.
it,
Like
he had,
I'm
a
okay
bunch
with
of-
don't have a good message.
Yeah, that's fine.
But the thing is that insofar as this had a message at all, which it basically didn't, it was just sort of like weird, almost pornographic imagery about like little girls trying to attract middle-aged men, feet, and Brad Pitt being obviously a bad guy.
Yeah. But like the movie theater scene where like
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie. I wanted to say Bella Thorne for some reason.
Oh God.
But yeah, yeah, she was like, yeah, I want to like, yeah, he was talking about like influencer culture or whatever, and she's like, I'm in the movie, can I see it for free.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is that
In her Harley Quinn Joker voice that she used for that movie.
I didn't know anything about some murders. I didn't know that much. Like
I knew all about.
Yeah,
him.
me too. Yeah, for sure.
I didn't know.
I knew all the guys in it. Yeah.
I don't know who she was either. And I thought like that was my
She was
thought,
a
was that it was boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for the first part, because it's
Yeah,
literally
you should
literally
not have to know that much
it's literally
backstory.
just
for really enjoyable.
shit happening.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
Exactly. There's like almost no plot.
Yeah.
Well, I think that it's a linear progression. It's
But then after I learned the stuff
alternate
about-
historical documentary.
yeah,
But
after I
sorry,
learned stuff about it, I made
Oh, I also really like the working
That,
class shit
like
about like the comparison between like Brad Pitt, who's like his mechanic.
Oh, you mean, like-
stuntman?
Yeah.
Just like happy living a life in
I
a
don't-
trailer with his dog, while Leonardo DiCaprio is like a working actor whose worst like regret is being like an alcoholic, which is his own fault, and not getting the roles he wants, but still being a working actor, getting a
I don't know.
decent
But, I mean,
fucking
even
wage.
that, right? That's such like lame tier social commentary.
Yeah,
That's
a
some
little
like
bit.
1952 shit. All right, that's some like Jack Kerouac on the road.
Mhm.
This is 2019.
That's fair.
This is 20. We
That's
got
fair.
fucking Sorry to Bother You. We should not have to put up with whatever the fuck Quentin was doing.
Well, I have
trying
no
to get
idea
some
what
feet
Sorry to
pics.
Bother You is.
I'll
So,
agree outside of
What?
I have
You
no
don't know
idea
what Sorry to Bother You is?
No, do you know what that is?
Quar.
Oh,
What?
Sorry to Bother You was a fantastic. It is
What the
really
fuck?
good.
How do you not know what Sorry to Bother You is?
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's starring Lakeith Stanfield. It's about. Hold on. Well, let me go to the Wikipedia article so I don't misquote anything. Patrick, start. Describe it.
It's like, describe the movie.
Yeah. if
Sorry
you
to
don't-
Bother You? Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about this like mostly pretty unhappy guy who's got a girlfriend who's an artist, and they live in like Oakland, California, where there's not enough housing. The housing we exist is too expensive. And he goes and he's like, I need a job to pay off my uncle because I live in his garage. And they go to he goes and gets a job at a call center. At the call center, there's an Asian guy. What's his name? The guy he was in The Walking Dead. He was in The Walking Dead.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that guy's name is.
Hold on. I'll find him. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. So anyway, he's trying to the Asian guy is trying to organize a union. And they do pretty well to organize a union. And he finds out from Danny Glover, who's sort of like wacky, that the way to do like to get like all to get all the sales at the call center is
His
to
name's
have
Stephen
a white
Hughes.
voice.
Ah.
Have a white voice. And
Oh, yeah.
I forget who does Danny Glover's white voice. I think it's Patton Oswalt.
Do you want me to, Patrick? Would you like me to? I'm on the Wikipedia article currently.
Yeah, take
Would you
over.
like me to just run down? Okay. I'm just gonna run down the synopsis real quick.
It's from like 2017.
Oh, 2017.
Yeah.
So
Oh shit.
we're up to he lives in his garage. Okay. Working long hours, he stops participating in the union once he works at the call center. A video goes viral of a can hitting him in the head as he's trying to like cross through this protest line because the call center he works for is being protested because of their unfair conditions, I suppose, like their unfair work conditions.
And yeah, they just aren't getting paid enough for living, for standard living, cost of living.
Oh yeah. And so he gets hit in the head with a can. It becomes a
Big
meme.
question. Who's taking
yes,
all of the
yes.
angry voices?
There aren't angry voicemails. That's not like a thing. Skip to the white voices.
Okay. Here we go.
Wait, so it's a Donald Glover, right?
Yeah, Donald Glover introduces Lakeith Stanfield, our hero,
Damn, he hasn't
to the
like,
concept of using your white voice.
Oh yeah, so it's a code switching mechanism that allows you to persuade people much more effectively.
Yeah.
And he uses this to rise to the ranks at the call center until he becomes what they call a power caller, where
power
he
caller.
is
Is that like a
instead of selling like insurance or whatever, he's selling like heavy arms. Like,
When you're not a power caller, you're selling like encyclopedias.
Oh.
But when you become a power caller, you're selling like slaves and nuclear weapons
like
and
world
shit like that.
Yeah.
And
so-
horse people.
Oh, essentially the CEO of I believe I'm going to say the company he worked.
No, not the
invites
company he works for.
Right. The CEO of a different company that's being protested.
Steve Lift.
Yeah.
Jeff
Yeah,
Bezos.
yeah.
Oh, you mean the
That's
guy
totally true.
who made Lyft?
Oh, the moral of the story is that he finds out that this other CEO who's been featured secondarily in the movie has invited to a party. He invited him to a party. At the party, he finds out that they've been breeding a work species of horse-human hybrids.
Yes, as slaves.
As a way to, like, I guess,
Assembly
disrupt the
line
economy radically in their favor. By reintroducing slavery. And so it's.
I'm not about horse people. I didn't like.
Oh no, you guys should go to the Wikipedia.
Yeah,
but
I'm not going to read a Wikipedia.
No, but just like glance at it.
Boring as shit. Content. Because you get.
Oh, but the moral of the story is it makes a bunch of like broad statements about like class. The economy. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, because she gets horse.
She doesn't get horse person. He becomes power caller while they're on strike.
Oh, okay.
So he then finds out that they're turning people into horses when Army Hammer gives him cocaine, but the cocaine is actually horse people juice. And then he when he's like, "Oh, Steve Lift, you're nuts. Capitalism is actually bad." And then he goes on strike. And then when he's on strike, he turns into a horse. And then everyone turns into a horse. And then they go and they beat the shit out of Steve Lift.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's the whole
So
film.
this is basically a cabin in the woods.
Not really at all.
Yeah, very much so.
It's.
The horse people think is more gross than scary.
Yeah.
It is. I would say it
is
is.
about that. I mean, people are about it, but they're gross and horse people, and that's why they're a second-class citizen and should be. But
I guess it's like a comedy / dark psychological thriller / speculative fiction. It's speculative fiction. There we go.
So it has like the level of political discourse is Soylent Green.
Soylent Green. I wish I were more familiar with Soylent Green, but from what I know about it, maybe like let's say 65%.
Like The Matrix, like something that's catering to like the militia group audience.
Well, I don't think it's catering to the militia group. I think it's like maybe the spirit of something that caters toward that audience, but with the execution.
It definitely catered to communists. Communists loved it way more than anybody else.
But I think
has a very strong color palette,
like young people generally.
And it has weird sexual politics.
It does. That's true.
Sorry to bother you.
Sorry to bother you. Yeah,
Sorry to bother you is
I was
really
talking about
weird agenda.
Yeah, no.
It does. It does kind of cater to like leftists and young people.
Well, because like the thing is,
Birdie Bros.
No, female horses, they don't have horse dicks. So of course that's gonna change the gender politics of the film.
But female humans don't have human dicks. I don't know how.
Yeah, but human dick, horse dick, very different.
Proportionate.
No, but it doesn't matter if it's proportionate because the human proportion remains the same.
No, wait, the horse people are big.
People, I know.
They're all big.
Yeah, no. I'm okay. Even better. No, exactly. The human to horse dick proportion is constant in this scenario.
I don't understand. No,
it doesn't matter that
horse dicks are proportionate to the size of a horse.
Yeah, exactly.
I really would understand.
How does that?
Okay.
The
sexual furries, like it doesn't matter that the horse. Yeah, no, of course the horses have the big dicks, but I don't know. We're going on a tangent.
The horse dick is
trying to explain.
If we had sponsors, this is where we would introduce.
Exactly. Kellen knows what's up. It doesn't matter that it's proportionate to a horse because it's not proportionate to a human, and that's the interaction.
Yeah, and the human butthole is
not.
No, you're totally missing this.
I don't. I think you are missing this.
I might be missing it.
Yeah, sorry to bother you, but the NBA player turns into a horse. He's the same. The NBA player. Talking about the one from.
So I guess. Do you guys care if I change the subject a little bit?
Not at all.
I will hate you.
Patrick will hate Patrick.
Change it.
Yeah. Kellen, what were you going to say, Kellen?
So I think you know the most about Batman.
Oh my gosh. Continue.
Out of all of us. So I would say Batman doesn't have any powers, right? Like he doesn't have any inherent like special powers.
Money's power.
He's just rich as fuck and like peak human.
Sort of, kind of.
So what if he was black? How would that change?
If he was like black,
he could buy the Sammy Sosa skin whitening.
What if like
But hold
what
on.
if you made a movie
I've
that was
actually been
live
thinking a
action?
lot about what distinguishes Batman importantly from other superheroes / villains.
Yeah.
And I think that you can you could write a proper Batman that was black, and it wouldn't
Yeah, 'cause,
change the
like,
story very much.
You
What
just
if
want to
you-
make
Wait,
the
no,
black
wait,
man
wait.
joke.
No. What if you made a Batman black? It's the same shit with James Bond.
Oh, yeah, like Black Panther.
They were considering Idris Elba for
Yeah.
James
Oh
Bond.
yeah, I think
Like,
Idris
how
Elba
would that
would be great.
change? How would it change if you would have
Oh,
black
okay,
James
I've heard
Bond?
about that because like it was somebody's stand-up bit, so I don't like. I think it wasn't a lot though. He was basically like, it would not work. Black James Bond would walk into the Chinese government and everybody would stare.
Yeah.
I think
So,
that
that would work, I
a
guess.
black Batman, there'd probably be like a socioeconomic class issue there. Like, would the Waynes in like a black Bruce Wayne's case have been wealthy since Gotham's founding, like they are in the comics, or would he have like made his money within his lifetime, like Lex Luthor?
I mean, what is the racial setting of Gotham City?
When people, I like it as better as like an allegory for Chicago, but
There's a lot
it's
of
supposed to be
clowns.
New York.
Yeah.
There is SantaCon in New York, which is pretty close to a lot of clowns.
Oh, have you guys seen Happy?
Oh, the one with
Yeah.
Tobuscus?
Oh, with
Actually,
the
I
imaginary
like
friend.
that
He's
show.
not in it. He's not happy.
Oh,
It's,
that's Smiley.
I
my
forget
bad.
what the
Yeah.
dude's name is.
Yeah,
but
he, like the
like flying horse.
Oh, yeah, the same
Exactly,
guy
yeah.
who voiced,
like the girl disappears, her imaginary friend goes into like the dude's head, but he's like a hitman and a retired
There's a bunch
cop.
of
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that
yeah.
really good violence.
Oh yeah,
Like,
and
Was not expecting
Patton
that from that
Oswalt
show.
is the unicorn. He plays Happy the unicorn,
Yeah, you can
the
hear it.
child's imaginary friend. And there is SantaCon, where like a homeless.
SantaCon's real.
Yeah, no.
And it's not
and they
homeless
use
people.
it. They use it. They use like a whole bunch of Santas. And there's like a homeless dude who's like a little boozy. And I think he also eats like space cakes, just like all the time.
You mean like the hostess?
No.
Cosmic
Space
brownies?
cakes, like cosmic, like no, not like cosmic brownie, but like cosmic brownies.
Oh, okay, edibles.
Might there's heroin in it. I don't know, but yeah, he's like a little Fritz because his sock puppet friend weren't into it, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. It's a dark ass show though, and it's good.
It's a good
It's
show.
good as fuck.
Isn't it like a Netflix original or some shit?
No, I think they bought it and produce it now. But
Yeah.
I don't
So
know
it was
if
not-
it's. I thought it might have been related to a comic, but I think it's just written by comic writers, maybe.
It could have, yeah, it has a very comic style, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of, even like parallel ongoing comic that goes with it. Kind of like, yeah, I don't know.
Have you seen that new
Based
show?
on the graphic novel with the same name, yeah, it's based on it.
Have you seen that The Boys, like that new show?
I have not, but I've skimmed the Boys comic very heavily. It's for me, it's a little master. Like sometimes I think that Warren Ellis as a writer, because The Boys was written by Warren Ellis, if I'm not mistaken, I think that Warren Ellis as a writer is a bit masturbatory in his ability to like depict like depravity, and I think that frequently writers that find that they are good at depicting depravity do so in like a heavy-handed sort of way, and it makes the book less fun for me to read, and also I don't really like the art style, so I don't love the comic, and because I can't get into the comic, I don't think I'll really get into the show. I've heard good things about it.
Is that it's similar to Happy in that people like graphic violence is normalized. There aren't a lot of shows that are exactly like that. I mean, Game of Thrones is one, but like, and it's just interesting to see
Like that sort of energy across the media.
like that level of gore regularly.
Yeah.
It's pretty entertaining.
It definitely.
Christmas memories.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! Actually, I was. Yeah, like so. We were talking about Batman and the segue to Christmas movies.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Christmas movies is, I forget exactly which year it happened, but my mom bought me this book called Batman Noel, written and drawn by Lee Bermejo. He's done a couple other DC comics, but it's essentially an interesting retelling of A Christmas Carol, but with Batman as the Scrooge character.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and
They could have done a much jokier version with the Joker.
oh no,
The
well,
Scrooge character.
they really could have. That would be interesting. I don't know if
That's not, like, I feel like that would
like a Disney Christmas movie or something. Like the Joker has a change of heart and like saves a kid with cancer or some shit.
That would be interesting.
Visited by 3 ghosts.
Yeah.
I think they could do it with a different Batman, though. I think it would kind of compromise the Joker character. I think Joker fans would be mad. I'm not that big a Joker fan.
One of my favorite Christmas memories was when one time I was locked. My parents, we went to the airport, and my mom stuck in a van with a bunch of polka players. I had to fend off several burglars from my home. I killed 2 men that night. I killed 2 men. Flooded. It's one of my most joyous Christmas memories.
This has been the plot of Home Alone.
I remember one time I said, "Merry Christmas, you dirty animals." I did.
I remember. I said, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers!"
I hung their bodies on the lawn. The neighbors could see it.
It just makes you realize there's a Home Alone joke. What my Christmas memories? I was in New York and I met the whole joke.
Yeah.
When I was in New York, I went to the circle that he almost got kicked at.
59th Street?
Yeah, and then
On the
was
circle? That's like where. Yeah, I've been there many times. They once built around the Statue of Columbus like a living room.
Do you remember the scene
Where
in
it's
that
just like
movie
Columbus just chilling in the living room? And
where-
you could go up and see it. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin just grabs some New York woman's ass?
Oh yeah, to get him to like hit the wet bandits. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That
That
is a
would
weird
work
scene.
now. People would be like, "Oh, your kid's playing Fortnite or some shit." I don't know what to tell you. You just tried to yeet me in the fucking subway.
This is true.
Disgusting.
And actually, what am I trying to say? I think I was watching a lecture about prehistoric violence, but the lecturer made a point about women being less violent in like spontaneous conflict than dudes are. So that probably, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think she would hit it. Anyway, John, do you have like legitimate Christmas memories that hasn't been? What do you do around the holidays? Typically?
There's
Your mom.
Patrick. Patrick and Patrice. That makes sense.
Bruh.
Is it Patrice?
As you were saying.
I don't know. Usually I just like eat a bunch of food with my family and like pass out from eating too much food with my family.
Yeah.
I used to like really, not just Christmas, because I don't have any Christmas memories of it, but I used to like really hide from cameras and shit. Like a borderline autistic child. Like I'd be hiding by doors and shit. I'm like, photo.
No, I don't.
I
do
don't.
that shit.
Like I actively hid. They're like, it's just for your grandparents. They were born in 1935, and the camera was invented in their lifetime. They just really want to have a lithograph print of your face on their wall.
Yeah, like a
they all
permanent
had
accurate image.
phones, but none of them would use their phone camera.
Mhm.
Or like, they're like, oh, let's use my SLR, my DSLR. Oh, I took all time saving this DSLR, and I haven't changed the ISO or the aperture. Face is all gonna be blurry, but I have glaucoma.
Do your parents have glaucoma?
No, my grandparents do though.
Do they drop their R's?
No, my grandma does.
Nice.
Glaucoma.
There's no R in glaucoma.
Dude,
There is now.
we have the glaucoma.
We have glaucoma coming to the village. We LASIK out like Jesus Christ. Glaucoma never come to the village again. Oh, that's one of my favorite Christmas memories. Hanging Christ on the cross.
What?
You guys ever do that?
That
with
wasn't
your
a
family?
Christmas.
Oh, it is. You know, because the Romans like adopted Festivus and all that stuff and integrated it into existing religious practices, renamed
What?
everything, all that
What
stuff.
What the fuck are you talking
Christmas
about,
trees
John?
have-
Do you like tarot? Dude?
Yeah, Christmas has basically no relation to the
tarot, like
birth
the-
of Christ. Winter makes a
Oh,
lot more
tarot, the
sense as the
cards.
death because winter is more associated with like the death agriculture.
I don't actually know that much about pagan.
They're
The
interesting as fuck.
spring is like the idea of like Easter around spring is because of like the rebirth.
But isn't Easter the death and rebirth holiday?
No, the idea around Easter is that Jesus came to life. The idea that there's some sort of commonality, there are some patterns in religious practices, but the idea that like people always have kids in the spring, and people always it's just in ancient Sumeria, for example,
It's not about children.
they would have
they
would have their kids at the
It's not
beginning
about
of
when
winter.
you have your kids. It's about like
At the beginning of winter, you said?
Yes, yeah, because that winter is when
growing
the least
seasons
amount
and
of
shit.
labor is needed,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
So during summer and fall, you need a lot of labor, and spring to plant and harvest and things like that,
Mhm.
and dig ditches.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
Sumeria.
like very heavily agriculture influenced cultures.
Yeah, like Sumeria.
Yeah, for sure. But like with growing seasons, I suppose.
Sumeria entirely reliant on the wheat yield.
Different area though. Different climate. But yeah. If they had a badass winter in Samaria, they'd have a dang old Festivus. But
Festivus for the rest of us.
Well, I know that at least in the... Sorry, I was trying to remember exactly where Easter is. But as far as how related Christmas proper is to the... Well, I guess the winter season is to the birth of Christ. A while ago, I
think there's no relation.
Yeah, there's
No relation. Like both
no one knows when Jesus Christ is
both
born.
holidays, birth and death.
Oh, no, yeah.
If it was even a historical figure.
He was.
Yeah. But
Um,
no relation.
no, I just meant in the like not like relation as in like those ideas are tied from their root, but relation as in a lot of if you ask a lot of like practicing Christians today why they do the whole Christmas thing, they'll say something related to the nativity of Christ. Whether or not that's correct, yeah,
I feel
outside
like what you're we like spending time with our family, or like even the religious version of that would be like God wants us to spend time with our families, the children of Abraham or whatever.
Actually, speaking of the values underlying traditions, I was actually thinking about how, for me personally, I totally like the... Well, I guess the gift-giving aspect is vaguely related to generosity, which is kind of the nebulous like feelings of the season. But the part of the winter holiday season I value more is the like rebirth cycle of the new year. Do you all agree with that at all?
Oh, you like the new year?
Yeah, Quar and I both thing about burning whoever you were in the past and reprising yourself like a phoenix, but not.
You guys should move to Phoenix, Arizona.
We should move to Phoenix.
Every
Burn
year.
the fucking city to the ground. Build it from scratch.
Every year.
Slab City. Yes.
No one should live in Phoenix, Arizona.
Nobody should.
Nobody should live in
Tucson, be gone.
Be gone. Nobody should live in California. Really.
That's the name of the podcast. But
the only part of America that can like sustainably sustain life is the East and the Upper Midwest.
Tulsa will gulp ya.
Well, Tulsa could sustain life until we overfarmed it in the 30s, and then now it's just like where Indians die.
Yeah, as they should. Hey, time's up, guys. They're actually doing really well.
Sometimes.
No.
The languages aren't.
No, well, yeah, no. Of course, the languages aren't, but I think it's related.
which is a situation.
Oh yeah,
Just
but
for
there are like
information.
5 million Native Americans.
Yeah, the people who don't live in the reservation.
Yeah, exactly. Like just ones who were Native American and who were like,
People who are registered.
yeah, guys who were like, got a job at HP. By the way, 30 years later, guys,
Sherman Alexi time.
my family name is Injun Joe.
No, they all have normal family names.
exactly,
Yeah.
of course. You gotta anglicize it. Oh, that's apparently Fiji is. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Fiji's whack.
Fiji's super religious.
Yeah, Fiji's whack as fuck.
I was talking about Peace
the
Corps
water
options.
shortage?
Yeah, that's good too. Yeah, they should ask Jesus to turn all of their kava into water instead of wine, just so that they can actually not die from dehydration. Oh yeah. So you know how there's Fiji water, Quar?
Yeah.
Apparently Fiji has like a water shortage because it's the island,
Yeah.
so they don't really have like fresh water.
They have a big aquifer,
Yeah,
but that's it. And it doesn't like get replenished very fast.
yeah.
It's a big ass island.
Bro, can you imagine
relating to the water thing. I didn't know that.
Well, Quar, can you imagine being the dude that boiled all of the water for that party that Jesus went to, so it would be safe water to drink for the guests, and then Jesus comes in and just wine?
I don't think it was drinking water. I think it was
Was it
like
not-
They also didn't.
I'm pretty sure it was like foot
Oh, yeah?
washing water.
Even if
Oh,
it was
shit.
drinking water, you
Was
can
it?
just-
So I like to
drank
think
foot
that like he can make miracles, but he can't like fundamentally alter or transmute the particles because in physical form.
didn't filter ancient Judea.
And so yeah. Have you ever seen a Jew? They've never boiled water in their life.
They used to like in like the
We
Old
just
Testament, like,
man fishing. Yeah.
in the Old Testament, they're like thing happens, and then the guy's like, we must erect a well in this. That's like Beersheba is just like a place that was invented because one guy was like, we gotta put a fucking well here. This thing happened.
Have you read the Bible?
I've read the book of Genesis. I've read most of the Gospels and Acts.
I've not read the Bible through and through. I've read like small parts.
Oh yeah, shit.
Bible's interesting as fuck.
Not really.
Not
Oh,
really.
really?
It's
interesting.
a lot of names.
A lot of stories.
In the way.
Son of
I like the
Begets.
ending. The ending part. What's that?
Revelation.
Revelations.
Oh, Revelation's just whack.
Revelations is wild.
Have you ever read it?
Yes.
I think
we actually that's the one thing I remember from Sunday school was talking about Revelations. They're like, let's take a day to talk about Revelations. Don't talk about it often. And
You
like
see, the Zion is
It's just
Stay.
it's a bunch of whack prophecies.
there's a dragon and
Yeah.
there's the angel that's 8 circles.
Yeah, it's all like numbers. It's like horses, 5 horses whose tongues are swords,
Yeah.
7
I think that
X that are all
I think
Y.
that Revelations
yeah.
is interesting to
Several
the extent that the end of any like mythological narrative is interesting. Like at the end of your personal decision making schema, like the end that leans toward the future, like
It's like
that,
the
like
least clear.
well, I was gonna say it's the least clear, but it kind of borders on prophecy, right? Like my conception of what will happen tomorrow.
It is prophecy. It is prophecy.
Like Norse mythology and mythology are interesting.
Well,
as
it's
fuck.
important. It's important to remember that the New
comparison.
Testament is not mythology. Everything in the
Yeah.
New Testament happened to some extent.
Yeah.
The Gospels all mostly probably happened. The Acts definitely happened, and all the letters concern like real political events in Roman Greece mostly.
yeah.
That was my stance on it when I went to church. Like, I feel like this probably happened.
Oh, I do
Well, everyone,
like
no one thinks it didn't happen.
I do
I mean,
like
Jesus
the idea.
is a historical figure.
For
like,
sure, yeah.
I do like the idea of like a non-progression of like human society. Like the idea that at some point in the past we might have had like internet and Wi-Fi, just all that good stuff, basic cable, and then just cataclysmic events happened. The scrappers got every fucking ounce of copper coil. Went back to like an Iron Age or some shit. Maybe not to like cataclysmic event, but I like that idea. The idea that Revelation is prophecy. It's like mentioning like where it happened and like what's gonna happen again, because clearly the horse, like the horse, like the course of human progression is matching that. Just saying like urbanization is not sustainable, and then boom.
Some anarchy bullshit, right?
Yeah, I love it. Guys, I'm gonna go work for Liberty University in this department. I hope you catch me at Ken Ham's Noah Ark.
My dad goes to the Society for Biblical Studies conference every year, or whatever it's called, and like every year it gets more and more ruined by like Liberty University, like radical, like trad Christians showing up and being like, the Bible is literal. All of your linguistic studies to determine authorship are fake. It was written by God.
That's so dumb and ignorant to like Council of Nicaea shit.
Yeah,
Like the idea that there are apocryphal stories. Like Islam got that shit locked down. They're like, this is what's real. This is what's real. Like they have the Quran and they have the Hadith, and then they have like different Hadith depending on where you are. So like Hadith are like all the sort of like quote unquote apocryphal stories about Muhammad, but the Quran's not about him at all.
it was written by him.
Yeah, it was written by him, but it's like just about vague entities.
Powers and principalities.
Principalities and powers is literally say and will say December 25th.
We're dealing with principalities and powers.
Actually, it's tomorrow. I think I'm seeing them.
24th, Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
I'm seeing Cats tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I think
You
I
guys
might-
have any Christmas Eve plans?
I'm seeing Cats with Bod, and I'm going to
Oh,
Sheets.
sorry.
Oh shit! I saw Phantom of the Opera last night.
Which one?
What do you mean? Which one?
There's multiple versions.
Like the newest one, I guess. But it has like an older cast.
Where'd you see it?
They
I
were
might
good.
have seen the same version.
I forget what it was called, The Magician or some shit.
You saw it on stage?
Yeah,
Okay.
I went to New York.
Production, not.
Oh, right. That's
Oh,
where
the production, yeah.
I didn't know. it
Right,
was
because
so
I remember
far.
I saw the really cool frisbee dudes in
Dude,
there.
it's really popular. Like, it's one of the bigger ones.
Well, yeah. So is Cat.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
but it's been around for a
Well,
while.
popular.
Phantom of the Opera has longevity.
Phantom of the Opera is like the Lion King tier.
Yeah. The Lion King, also a Broadway musical.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Those are the things.
Like those are the ones that are like always playing in New York. That the one in Shenyang, which is like the dance show funded by CPC.
Oh, is Shenyang like the 100 years of like Chinese music or whatever?
Well, that's the next. That's the 2020 Shenyang. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shit.
I don't actually know anything about it, but there are lots of subway cars in New York where that's like the only ad.
Yeah. They're gonna take us over. The rise of China's over, dudes. It's they won.
But they didn't win yet.
They've infiltrated
The U.S. is still standing strong.
educational institutions. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Or there's gonna be a war, World War II style.
Oh no, it's gonna be Cold War takeover.
No,
They've
that's so
infiltrated.
sad.
This was part of their 5-year plan.
If we went to war with China, I think I'd enlist.
If we went to war with China,
he's thinking seriously.
it would have to be a Cold War, because if it was a hot war, the nuclear powers would.
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think that. I think that you can have a hot war. People just wouldn't use nuclear weapons.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting. It'd be nice to get that F-35 out. I would.
One,
I would be like,
We have them
yo,
out. We have them out.
the new one.
Yeah, because you can use them as the way that they use them is that you can use them as the central part of an electronic warfare apparatus. So you send in a lot of like other planes that are just like workhorses for carrying ordnance, and then you send an F-35 ahead, and the F-35.
Oh, that's dumb.
does
They
the targeting.
fucked up. They use Star Wars mechanics. Oh, this is the master, and all of these are the drone ships. Motherfucker, you only have to take out one now, and it doesn't even have blaster shields.
Well, no,
Wait,
it's F-35 flight.
Fuck. It's a 1 in a million chance they'll make it with a million kamikaze
It's
bombers.
the United States.
It's over.
You're
It's a
fighting
wrap.
90% of the time. You're fighting powers that don't have air. at
That's
all.
true.
And F-35s don't get hit by SAS.
Okay. Saudi has air power.
We're
It's
not
just,
gonna fight Saudi. Are you nuts?
it's
Are
just
you
it's
bananas?
just that their air power comes
It's just
exclusively
our
from
power.
throwing homosexuals off buildings. That's their air force. But I don't know. I think. Oh, and also Nick Cage. Like, have you ever seen that one movie about like the dude in Afghanistan with like diabetes looking for Osama bin Laden?
I do not think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking
Nick
about.
Cage played him in a movie. I forget his name. It's a very good movie though. It's about this like dude from like the Midwest who's like, I'm gonna go kill Osama bin Laden, and he like has
Army
diabetes.
of One.
Army of One. Yeah. He
The
goes to, like,
2016 film.
Nice.
By Larry
Damn, that's what that movie's about. Damn, I've never watched that movie.
It's based on a true story.
It looked corny as fuck from the cover, so I never
Yeah.
watched it.
Nick Cage. Yeah.
It's based on this
The-
dude who went to Afghanistan. I don't even think he made it to Afghanistan. I think he was in like Iraq or Iran.
Oh no!
He was
Quar,
just smoking like a
the
bunch.
Wikipedia article. The film follows Gary Faulkner, an ex-construction contractor and unemployed handyman who believes God has sent him to capture Osama bin Laden in Pakistan. The story is based on a real-life Faulkner who traveled to Pakistan looking for bin Laden. So yeah.
Yeah. He just ends up smoking like a bunch of hash in like the ghettos.
Oh, in Afghanistan or
Yeah,
Pakistan,
wherever he's at.
in the opium fields.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the world comes from
Yep,
Afghanistan.
and we guard the fields.
We do.
Guard those goddamn fields.
Stable income.
Damn.
Yeah.
farm to table about it.
By Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg farm to table.
Yeah, I hope that he guarded a poppy field.
Me too. It's probably too high ranking though.
I think he's started to crash in the polls.
Oh yeah, he was never.
He gets like 13, but it's coming down to a
Bernie's
closer race
leading
now.
in California.
Yeah, because Biden's literally just.
Biden was crashing in California. The first crash I've ever seen. He's down to 14%.
Was he flying the plane? Because
I wish.
I think he's gonna like all the people I expect to have neuropathy issues, or like his nerves stop working, or like he drools on his fingers and
His eye bleeds.
His eye bleeds. I bet he can squirt blood like a lizard, right, from his eyes. I think so. I think that's his foreign policy.
He's on 14% in Iowa, or not Iowa, in California, 4th place.
Oh, guys, what do you think? I guess we can cover this Christmas story. Impeachment.
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it, Quar? Have you?
I don't know enough about it to talk about.
Okay, I'll give the rough breakdown because we really don't need to go into it because there's not really shit
The
happening.
House impeached him.
Okay, yeah. So the House drew up articles for impeachment. They did not yet send them to the Senate.
But they have impeached him.
They have impeached him,
But
yes.
it's going to get shut down in the Senate.
But yeah, they wouldn't. The Dems would
If
need to
they ever
flip
send it.
20 Republican votes in the Senate, and Nancy Pelosi now does not want to send the articles of impeachment because basically the entire Republican Party was like, "Yeah, no, bet if you send it here, we're going to drag this out, drag Joe Biden's name through the mud, make it look like he's on trial for this shit, like the whole Ukraine
just
thing,
go for it.
which
Just
will be
do it.
fine, benefit them, and then at the end just dismiss Trump and he gets a vote in polls because that's how impeachment inquiries work when they acquit the accused."
Certainly with Donald Trump, yeah.
Yeah. It's like the number of people buying Nikes after
Dude, you would
OJ
abuse
gets out. Wild.
Use the fuck out of that. That's free advertisement.
But yeah.
It's free advertisement.
It's free advertisement.
Oh yeah. But like
Oh yeah.
yeah, no.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
It's yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what like Pelosi could do with like the impeachment articles, because if she just doesn't send them, then Trump can like use the political line. Doesn't even impeach. Because like yeah,
Who
'Cause-
still dresses like that?
vape shop owners. Patrick has pulled
Is
up an
that- is that
images.
legal?
on
I'm gonna
his
go to the
phone
bathroom. I'll be right back.
of people with snapback. Okay.
With flat brim snapbacks.
Flat brim snapbacks are not for the white.
They're not for anybody. It is not 2009.
Well, I don't know. You can't have a real curvature hat on certain fellas, but
For real though, it feels like sagging in 2019. Like your jeans aren't cuffed; they're like ripped up
Gucci
and
Mane
scuffed.
could still sag if he wanted.
Yeah, but I mean, only in the most like irony poisoned
Oh, for
high
sure,
fashion
for
way.
sure.
It's not no standard. You can't walk out of the house like that.
No. You gotta have the drip, not the drop.
That is certainly true. But I mean, who does that? Who's stuck in that era? In like a
Eminem.
way that seems to be
Eminem.
entirely. Eminem's like old as
Yeah.
Eminem-
He is.
No.
Is he?
no, but
No.
he is in the proverbial
is
sort
he
of
a
Gen
millennial?
Y. No, I think he's Gen X.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
1, 2. No, that's the wrong
A lot of like metal bands.
Yeah.
Which is interesting to
Just
see.
because they were
Boomers.
keeping
A
heroin.
bunch of white guys, yeah.
Just a fucking keister of heroin.
I've seen
in the
plenty of white
pants.
guys sagging. It's just
Yeah.
weird to see
Oh, for sure.
on a 19 or 20-year-old in 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, last debate performances though.
I tuned in the moment
I didn't watch him
Peter
start to-
Buttigieg said, "Go to my website, PeteForAmerica.com, donate the maximum amount, $2,800." I was like, "Bet, Pete. All right." Yeah.
Yeah. Bernie just kind of killed it. He was.
Yeah,
like-
Bernie popped off.
Yeah, he popped off. It was good. It was good as shit.
That Joe Rogan interview.
Oh no,
Is-
that was
was
all
fun.
right.
It
It
was
was
fun.
all right.
There should just be
The who?
Jesus and Mero.
I don't know who.
They're like two guys from the Bronx, and they have like an interview show. And they used to be on Vice Land.
Oh,
and now it's on
Bernie.
Showtime.
Okay.
The interview, and at the end of it, they were like showing Bernie like sneakers. They're like, "Bernie, how much does this shoe cost?"
Oh,
And Bernie was like, "Oh, that shoe costs $40. I don't know." And they're like, "Bernie, this shoe cost $1,100. Bernie, how much does this shoe cost?" And he's like, "Look, the other one was pretty high. I'm gonna say $85." And they're like, "Bernie, this shoe costs $40,000."
it was an airman.
Yeah, it was shit. You know, like
Yeah.
Yeezys.
Yeah. Yeah. So Yang kind of popped off because he was like, "How am I still here?"
Oh, Yang always does the same thing now.
Yeah. That's true. But like, yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. Like in terms, like I think it is just to say like the internet's kind of more. It's sort of supplanted like traditional media outlets in a lot of ways. Like especially with the young voters. Like but
I mean, every candidate. That's like the whole game in political organizing. If you want to make like the big notoriety buck, the big exposure hours, is you got to be a really good social media manager, which is really, really difficult and doesn't pay well at all. But Bernie is really good at that. The people who run like part of the Liberal Party are really.
They also have like a bunch of really good associated.
The way
like Justice Dems, like a bunch of just basically like digital contributors that.
They're real on the ground. Justice Dems like finds candidates and trains them.
Yeah.
They're all like real organizations.
Well, I think a couple of their people have.
Ocasio-Cortez was a Justice Dem.
Yeah, I think a whole. I think most of
like down ticket people.
I think all the squad people, save like maybe one, were they basically just like
and they're all
got the endorsement.
But
they they like got the endorsement of Justice Dems and then. But like had already been in office. Yeah. I mean, not like the lower level candidates, federal. Not that that's lower level per se, but like
there's people who go to like state house.
I think there's 4 either senators or house. Like I think the squad is all Justice Dems.
House.
Yeah, but is there only requirement no campaign contributions, or is that something else?
It's much worse. Medicare.
Oh yeah. They're like
And I bet they've added Green New Deal now.
That's okay. That's nebulous. You want to talk break into that a little bit because
Green New Deal. Do you guys want to talk about the? Okay, if we don't.
Yeah, I think we kind of touched on it the other day. I think, but that was mostly a reading Wikipedia. If you know more, Patrick, please elaborate.
My older brother isn't like the Green. He's a corporate lawyer. Yeah, it's in the There's like the exploratory document that the House, I think. But it was proposed by this economist, this British South African economist called Anne Pettifor, and she proposed sort of the conceptual idea of a sort of.
What does it entail when most people talk about it, as far as like what?
Oh, I mean the concept is a Keynesian market socialist sort of government-led / directed stimulus, what they call pump priming in Keynesian economics.
Yeah, I know. Like
it's supposed to be.
I'm just
in order to basically retrofit and convert the economy to be environmentally sustainable.
Yeah.
So it's not like
there's just a lot packed into sustainability that I think a little because like the idea that organic farming is going to be the predominant source of
there's a lot of specifics that happen.
The specifics are what I'm more interested in because like if you're talking about like you could have like 100% green energy with like water turbines, but those are terrible for the environment because they're just meat grinders for everything that lives in that ecosystem.
And I don't think it's a lot of complicated. The Green New Deal portion of it is just like once you've got the policy solution, it's the mobilizing the labor force and using that as a social.
Because I like the idea of having because like the military kind of acts as a like.
I mean, that's how we got massive conscription in
that's
World
how
War
we got
II,
it.
Is we had the CCC beforehand.
But I do like the idea of just saying like, does Army Corps of Engineers does like civil work, right? Or is that civil engineers?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure because there's Army Corps.
They did a lot of they did math for the like dams and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I do like the idea of treating the Hooverville style tent cities as like, oh no, this is the same thing that we've seen before.
Yeah,
people will live in tents if shit gets wild.
In 2019, we don't have high unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
We have fairly low workforce participation, but that's because of the aging population. Everyone, you have a job.
Yeah,
I could get a job if I wanted to. I don't have a job.
Yeah.
Do you have a job?
I have a job.
You have a job. Everyone has a job. Pennsylvania has like 3.7% unemployment or something like
unemployment,
that.
It's dog shit though.
It is dog shit employment, but it's definitely not the same issue.
Oh, you got a service job. We got 100% employment at restaurants and food service industry places.
Yeah. but it makes it a lot more difficult to implement
Yeah.
in the
I-
ultimate.
I do like and because even a lot of like implementing a wind turbine, it's not really gonna be a stimulus for energy. It's great because you have like localized energy. As long as you say like, because this is a federal program, it's owned by like the federal government / the people. The revenues from this aren't going to like some private company, and the assets can't be sold off.
Infrastructure and construction aren't good stimulus. That's
Yeah.
one of the signs of an
Because-
unhealthy economy. The main boom in a city is a construction.
Yeah.
But it's there's also gonna be a lot of people that are gonna have
Turn-
a lot of like, blowing up highways and building railroads.
Yeah. The idea though that like, because like putting a wind turbine, it's not a lot of labor. You just gotta put it there, and then once it's there, it's like its own thing. There's not a lot of maintenance
For sure.
compared to like other things that you could do.
The specifics of a Green New Deal are
But I do
Sorry,
just
we
like
didn't work out.
blanket. Like I'm a big fan of like even over. We're gonna hire a bunch of playwrights. We're gonna build a new republic.
that's some
Ministry
bullshit,
of
for sure.
Culture. Like,
Absolutely.
Even if you're not having
Nationalize
media
Netflix.
censors. Oh, for sure, nationalize internet.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't give a fuck about broadband. Give everybody like why isn't a cell phone covered in some way by
Yeah.
federal programs?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you need this for communication, and we need to be able to give you text alerts if a nuke ever
It's
comes.
one of the saddest things about the
Yeah.
constitutional structure is that it basically criminalizes nationalization. The only way you can nationalize something in the United States is through like a weird, complicated, negotiated buyout, which isn't really true nationalization. That's like the problem with
Yeah.
Amtrak.
And it's not even necessarily the Constitution because like
No, it is.
Elastic
One of the-
Clause,
one of the-
great. Is like existential threat. Oh no, big government gets
You mean all
everything.
make up
Yeah, that's
all
true.
depends
Too.
on that. Which
That's true.
for the next 50 years, it's going to be unbelievably conservative, like unheard of levels of conservatism.
You don't know that. We can.
We
Always
do
have
know
a-
that.
We could
That's-
always don't.
Harry Reid. Oh,
Yeah, I could
kill
do
all
that.
the.
Yeah,
Why not?
we could always
Yeah.
have red the Supreme Court.
Bro, can you imagine?
Every levels of the federal court, all the federal appellate courts are super.
Something I would think
conservative.
about. Can you imagine a good Purge movie? Like a Purge movie that just showed fucked up shit the entire time and it wasn't a fucking cop out horror movie. Like there's so
The
much
Purge is a
inspiration
cop-out
Unwatchable?
you can do with that concept. The Purge is lame as fuck.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Nothing scary happens in the Purge. It's basically just events happen and it's like, oh shit, there are no
I have seen that
laws.
episode of Rick and Morty.
Oh, that is good.
It's lame as fuck.
Oh no, that's not what I meant at all. I thought you meant the new season where like
it's like every fucking
Hey,
bot.
don't give us.
Oh,
Is it good? Is the new
Spoilers.
season good?
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Where are you watching it?
This cartoon.
Oh, word. Okay. I should
Oh
check
shit,
that
it's
out.
on Kiss Cartoon.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's new
Fucking
though.
boomer.
It's
yeah,
new.
it's always up there. Like,
Yeah.
That's how I watched the
I
first
haven't
two
used Kiss
seasons.
Cartoon in a while.
Oh, you mean the first 3 seasons?
I watched the first 2 seasons in like 10th grade on Kiss Cartoon in school.
Yeah.
The 3rd season I watched on Hulu.
I watched the 3rd season like with a friend, but it was like over a call at night, like on Discord, and I forget all of it. So I fell asleep for like 10 of them.
Sad.
You got what I need. You say she's just a friend. You say he's just a friend. Oh, baby girl, you got what I need.
That's not that.
John,
new favorite
do
Christmas
you know
movie.
how long we've been
Yeah.
going?
We've been going since like 7:40, so this is about
Like an hour and a half?
hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, hour 30.
Oh, 20 minutes. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
not
we
bad.
should wrap soon. You're right. But
Heard.
let's wrap these Christmas presents before you put this episode under the tree.
My favorite Christmas memory is
Hashtag what?
Band card. Band card.
Oh, band
Band
cards.
cards.
I was gonna say like though they should make long form talks like
Kellen, you don't have a Christmas memory. That's cool.
more.
TED Talks.
No, like long form instead of the fucking shitty debates where they have like 30 seconds to talk.
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
not
the
even, for
standard,
sure.
So in Britain, they've only done debates for political office since about 2010.
Yeah,
Before that, the standard was long form interviews.
literally,
With a very,
that's what it
with a
should
very
be.
aggressive interviewer taking. But in Britain, they have a much more aggressive journalistic tradition. In America, journalists are like, "Welcome to my show. What's your thing?
Or if you had
Here's a
any
nice
of the people,
uncritical."
if you have any of the people in the debates all do long form interviews, you would find out which one of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about
Bernie
Yeah,
Sanders.
so quickly.
You're not female leadership like Margaret
Clementine.
Thatcher, Sarah Palin.
Well, let me tell you something. Right.
I may not have tits, but gee, do my tits sack. I may got hairy nipples. So does my wife.
You get oh come
Yo,
you get way more like angry Pete
Bernie
Buttigieg.
Sanders was good at basketball.
Yeah,
in high school.
and baseball. He almost got recruited to a
That's
baseball
such a
team.
that's such a
Hey,
good
he
fucking
marched in the
fact
civil
about
rights
Bernie
movement.
Sanders.
He got blessed.
The hoops.
Yeah.
The chairman of SWAT.
I got the move. I can't really do a Bernie Sanders. What is that? He's Jewish.
Yeah, it's New Yorkian.
Yeah, like Brooklyn Jew.
Yeah.
You gotta pretend you work at
You gotta pretend you work
a deli.
at a deli
Deli.
down in Williamsburg.
But then Bernie
It's a
Sanders'
Williams.
voice is restrained in the way he does it.
Oh, not anymore. Not since he got his fucking bypass.
Now I go full send.
Now, Pia, you're a competitive guy. Maybe you can catch up the number of billionaires contributing to the campaign.
Fuck you, Maria.
Got all these pills.
But on these notes, do we have any like concluding thoughts? Well, I guess
Ban cars.
I really want to get
I really want to ban cars.
to a political status where I can just say things that don't mean anything, but people worry about them.
You're there. Congratulations.
because it's a
It's
podcast.
a start of a new year. Are we gonna have another episode before this year wraps? I think so.
That's because there is one more Saturday.
Another Saturday.
Legalize all.
ban all cars.
I want prostitution to be legal.
I
in
want
every state.
smack in my stocking.
No scheduling for drugs.
Ban cars.
I have pills.
The only scheduling we should have for drugs
I have
is
pills
a
in
Google
cars in my
Calendar.
car.
The only cars we should have are banned.
Yeah.
What was I gonna ask? John, do you think this one will go up before Christmas?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, before Christmas. I can edit it tonight. It can be up. I still have to post the last one, though. I did lose one. But this has
That's all good.
been
This has been the Pirates of Paradise.
year one
Nice.
of
Merry Christmas.
Pop.
Pirates of
The most
Perception.
wonderful time
Pirates
of
of
the year.
Perception, right?
Paradise.
Paradise.
Yeah.
Nice.
Same thing.
There.
Same
Pirates
gift.
of Paradise.
Yes.
It's a whole song.
Here
Oh,
it
do you
is.
want to play our? Do you want to play our outro?
If I
You
had,
want to play our
if I
outro?
had my,
You want to play it? You want to play
I
it?
mean, it's not gonna work.
It's gonna work.
Turn that on.
Turn that on. Yeah.
Where?
In the back.
We're doing a Christmas Carol, Quar.
Is it
Rock on.
No,
Yeah.
button. The one
There's a
button.
button or switch?
Switch.
Switch?
Switch.
That?
Yeah.
What
The key got changed from.
That kind of works.
Oh, it's not ukulele. That's true.
It's not ukulele. It could work. Do you want to do a sing along?
Yeah, let's do it. Do
Do you know the lyrics?
you know the lyrics?
All right, we're gonna
One.
teach you the lyrics.
I pledge allegiance.
I've been here in sword,
I pledge allegiance to
down
by the shore.
pirates in the port of
Pirates in the
paradise.
Paradise.
Do you have like a?
I do have a lyric sheet. I'm
Okay.
bringing it up.
Joy to the world.
I've been seeing.
No, hearing. It's hearing. God damn.
Oh shit! I've been hearing storms down by the shore.
Do you have a? Do you have a?
Pirates in the port.
One sec. Of paradise. Okay, god damn. We're getting it. We're getting it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Second. This is our 3-verse anthem. So that's not it.
Give us
So
a verse.
I've been hearing stars.
I've been hearing.
Down by the
Sure.
pirates in the port of paradise.
Nice.
Swinging wooden boards with their hands.
Oh my god.
Pirates.
It's not
in the
gonna
Mar-
work. It's not gonna work.
Kellen's a piece of shit.
I-
Merry Christmas.
I can't play ukulele.